Through the chair, Jeff, the recording is ready, so please feel welcome to commence when you like.
Okay, all right. Well, first of all, Tamara, can you just confirm you can hear me clearly in the room?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Well, let's start then. So, and I think we're right on 2 p.m. So, can I declare open this special meeting of the Shire of Derby West Kimberley? Can I acknowledge that I think we have one member of the public in the room? Please confirm that that's right, Tamara. Only one?
Correct.
Okay. And we have some staff members around the table as well. So can I acknowledge that we have Tamara Clarkson, Chief Executive Officer, Wayne Neat, Director Infrastructure, Jill Brazil, Director Corporate Services, Luke Lawrence, Director Community Planning, Maria O'Connell, Coordinator Communications and Media, and Ryan Balderson, Executive Assistant. Anybody else there, Tamara, that I need to acknowledge?
No, there isn't.
Okay. So let me move on to item 2 then, and that is that this meeting will be video recorded and live streamed on the Shire's YouTube channel, with the exception of confidential items and periods of adjournment, as determined by the presiding member. By being present at this meeting, members of the public consent to the possibility that their voice and/or image may be live streamed to the public. Recordings will also be made available on the Shire's YouTube channel and website following the meeting. Official record of the meeting will be written minutes kept in accordance with Local Government Act 1995 and any relevant regulations. Acknowledgement of Country, item 3. So in the spirit of reconciliation, the Shire of Derby West Kimberley acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout the Shire and the continued connection to the land, waters and community. Shire of Derby West Kimberley would like to pay our respects to the people, the cultures and the elders past and present, and the continuation of cultural, spiritual and educational practices of Aboriginal people. Let me add my acknowledgement to that recognition. Okay, moving on to item 4, attendance via telephone or instantaneous communication. Today we're running this special meeting of council with one member, which is myself, via Teams attending from Perth, and the remaining participants in the meeting are those that I acknowledged in the opening, and they are all in Derby. Item 5, disclosure of interests. 5.1, declaration of financial interests. I have nil. 5.2, declaration of proximity interests. There's actually there's a small typo here. Tomorrow, I wonder whether you might fix for the minutes. Those 2 declaration of interests that I have raised previously are in fact declarations of impartiality interests, not proximity interests. So if they could just be moved, please. They're still accurate, but they're just in the wrong spot. So item 5.2, declaration of proximity interests, I have nil. Item 5.3, declaration of impartiality interests, I have the 2 that I've already previously made, and that is that I'm a member of the Shire of Wyndham East Kimberley, and that I'm also a continuing director of the Gully Investments Proprietary Limited and Woonan Foundation. Okay, moving on, please. Public question time, item 6. So, as this is a special council meeting, if there are questions from the public, they need to be confined to the matters on the agenda. So I'll formally ask under 6.1, are there any public questions?
Through the chair, no, there is not.
Thanks very much. Item 6.2, public statements. Are there any public statements to be made?
No, there is not.
Okay, item 7, announcements by the presiding person without discussion. I don't have a detailed presentation to make here at this point, but for the record, this special meeting is being held to address two matters of tender, two items that the Shire wish to resolve, and we're doing it at a special meeting because with the impending Shire elections coming in mid-October, via the legislation, we would need to go into a caretaker period prior to the next council meeting date, which is scheduled for the 18th of September. That would preclude us from being able to deal with these tenders at the next meeting. So we've brought those forward in order that the Shire's business can continue. So if we could record a summation of that, please, around the reason for the special meeting today. Thanks very much. Moving on. Item 8, technical services, 8.1. So the awarding of tender T2025/2026-02. This is for the gravel reshaping and resheeting of the Cherrabun and Fossil Downs roads. These matters would normally be behind closed doors if there was a requirement for us to discuss the assessment process. As I'm the only representative of the Shire, and I have already considered the confidential items around the assessment process, it's not my intention to move into camera. So my intention to deal with both of these two matters in open session. So the first one is in relation to this tender 02, which is around the Fossil Downs Cherrabun Road. I've considered the assessment, and I've considered the need for the road, and I've considered the background that the Director Infrastructure has put together around particularly how the roads are funded and the limitations there are around road funding. Can we scroll down, please, Ryan? So that means that those considerations around the finances have all been taken into account. Continue scrolling, please. And I think I'm going to move straight to the recommendation in that respect. So I have a recommendation in front of me, and it reads that the Council Brackets Commissioner award tender T2025-2602 gravel reshaping and resheeting on the Cherrabun and Fossil Downs roads to tenderer B. I'm aware who tenderer B is, as per the confidential attachment. Point 2 notes that the tender price and the name of the successful tenderer will be included in the minutes of the Special Council Brackets Commissioners meeting, and authorise the Chief Executive Officer to execute the contract with the successful tenderer. Having considered all the papers in the background, I move that that recommendation as a motion and declare it carried 1-0. Moving on to item 8.2. This is the second of the tenders that I'll be considering today. This is tender T2025-2601, gravel resheeting of the Gully, Camballin, Myroodah and Calwynyardah-Noonkanbah roads. Again, considered the background papers to this and the assessment process, so it's my intention to deal with this in open session. Have considered the background requirement for the road, as well as the funding implications that come as a result of where we get the funds to do this work. And I'm prepared to go straight to the recommendation, please, Ryan. Okay. After having considered the scoring and the pricing in the confidential attachment, the recommendation in front of me is that the Council Brackets Commissioner award tender 2025-2601 gravel reshaping, drainage improvements, construction of a concrete floodway and resheeting of Great Northern Highway to Gully, Camballin to Myroodah and Calwynyardah-Noonkanbah roads to tenderer B, as per the confidential attachment. I'm aware of who tenderer B is. Second point is notes that the tender price and the name of the successful tenderer will be included in the minutes of the Special Council Brackets Commissioners meeting. And 3, authorise the Chief Executive Officer to execute the contract with the successful tenderer and negotiate with the successful tenderer to reduce the scope of works in line with the 25-26 budget. I'm prepared to move that recommendation and declare it carried 1-0. Okay. Item 9, new business of an urgent nature. I have nil, nothing before me, which means I move to item 10, date of the next meeting, and there has been a change of the date and place of the next meeting. Sorry, the place of the next meeting. So next ordinary meeting of the Council Brackets Commissioner will be held at 5:30 p.m. Thursday, the 18th of September 2025 in the Council Chambers, Derby. That's all I have. I'll nothing else. Anything else that I need to add in here tomorrow, or the CEO, or are you comfortable that that's completed all the business?
Through the chair, thank you. That's completed all of the business.
Thanks very much. So at item 10.2, I'll declare the meeting closed at 2:10. Thanks very much. It's got to be a record meeting time, doesn't it?
Thanks, Jeff.
All right. No worries. Thanks.